Hello, 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 hello. How is everyone? I have to assume that you all can hear me. Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me, because I am here. All right, there we go. All right, so y'all, how is everyone doing? I hope all is doing well this morning. Let me see who we have here. Okay, thank you, my Tony. We have the one, the only, black but not bitter. Mimi, Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame, Jane, Damachi the RN, Norbert Waller Durham, D Dove, uh, Nikki G, 833, Miss Unique, Text Toy, Blue Bear, Sassy Sue, Miss Niecy, Petty Patty, my Tony, of course, Salt and Pepper Tresses, did I say Mimi? Petty Patty, Danielle, Jackson Tabasco. Good morning, everyone. Miss Unique, good morning. So, the Fat Mouse and Sonia actually read the documents. Hey, good morning, Yee aka Abuelita. How are you doing this morning? So they actually read the documents, and I said I was going to go over that. But then I got thinking, well, maybe y'all might want to go over the Drake call. So I wasn't sure which one y'all wanted to do this morning. Hey, Blue Bear, only me 23. So put a one in the chat if you want to see Sonia and Sylvia actually react and make something out of this paperwork that, you know, you know how they do, or a two if you'd rather hear the latest call that dropped. One, we got a one. One, okay, we getting ones. All right, we can go over there to Sylvia and um see what she's doing. I did not have you, man. This has not been my week. It really hasn't. It really has not. Let me see what channel she did this on. She did it on her channel, her main channel. I guess it was okay since they weren't playing Truth or Dare. But I wonder why this one comes. This is weird. Okay. No, it's not weird. All right. Let me pull this up. Get past. Oh, Lord. Y'all ain't telling me. Okay. Y'all left some stuff out. All right. Here we go. Let me share my screen and we will get into it. Okay, let me make this just a little bit bigger and put me on top. Well, that's good right there. All right, y'all, here we go. Let me look at these comments. Make sure y'all behaving yourselves. All right.
See it as a chant. Well, this is Sylvia speaking. I see it as the state.
Only me in 23. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the gifted membership. And let me see who got peeking. Oh my gosh. I was looking at just peeking. Hey, just peeking. So let's see who got gifted. Nikki G 833. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries Investigators. Drop your new emojis in the chat. And y'all, please welcome Nikki G A 833. And thank you so much, Only Me in 23, for your support of the platform. Hey, Florida girl, good morning. Okay, let's do this, y'all. Let me move me somewhere else. Let me go up here. Okay.
Um, I see a state as the state is trying to muster something that could help them with
Mustard! Where's the native? Okay, good morning, baptize that ass. I am Coco. Yeah, 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 69. Damachi the RN.
getting the judge to change his mind on the on that uh, car being un was not legally. It was, what do you call it, unlawful search of the vehicle,
How
because the judge did say
how is she a courtroom vlogger and she doesn't know the simple words? You know, she said she spent 1,069 days in that YSL trial and she can't say basic legal jargon. Oh, y'all, wait a minute, wait a minute. Speaking of legal jargon, I forgot something. I forgot something. Okay, y'all. We are reviewing this video provided to us by Infamous Sylvia. And we are using it per the Fair Use Act disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, reacting, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So, educationally wise and reactionary wise, if I happen to come across that this courtroom vlogger does not know simple courtroom jargon, and I point it out, that's not bullying, that's just pointing out, how we say it is what it is. It's just pointing it out. Sometimes things need to be pointed out. So that's what we do. But anyhow, let's continue. Hey, Shayna Queen B, how you doing? Did I say hey to text toy? I can't remember.
that it was unlawful. And y'all probably wondering, no, the judge didn't say that. Yeah, the judge did. Let me go ahead and pull this up where the judge actually said that. All right, let me go ahead on
Yeah, pull it up.
and pull that up for y'all. Did my thing kick me out? Did my thing kick me out? Did it kick me out, y'all? I think it kicked me out. Because I had it up so long, probably. Yeah, it kicked me out. It kicked me out. Yep, it kicked me out. I gotta go log back in, y'all. It took so long. I should have screenshot it, right? Yeah, I should have screenshot it. Hold on. Let me go ahead on and get my butt back in there. Hold on. Let me get back in there. Should have kept it in there like I had it. Hold on a second.
Good morning, Del Soul.
I think it was January. Let's see. Hold on. I think it was January's motion. Hold on.
Good morning, us, as in we seniors need love
Hold
too.
on.
I want to hear this motion because I did not hear. I don't recall. I mean, maybe I did. I don't know, but I just don't
Okay,
recall
this
it.
is it. I think this is it. This is
Littlefoot's
it.
mama.
Okay. All right, here it is. This is back in January 24th, where the state is stating that the judge ruled against um, right here. This is the
I'm
this
sorry.
is
Wait a minute. Let me see.
from 125, right? It's like 50 pages. I'm not paying for that. Um, and on his thing here it says state's motion to dismiss defendant's motion to suppress vehicle search for lack of standing, right?
It says, okay, y'all follow me, follow along with me. The state says they're dismissing the defendant's motion to suppress the vehicle. Doesn't that mean you lost? Okay, so I don't know. Did I say good morning, a lady? Good morning, Kimmy Who. Good morning, Bible lady. Good morning, Bella. Hope all is well this morning. What is today? Wednesday, hump day.
And I'm going to go all the way down here. Let's go over here. Let me read the whole thing. Now come the state of Georgia by and through the undersigned counsel and move this honorable court to dismiss the defendant's motion to suppress vehicle search on grounds that the defendant lacks standing to challenge the search in question.
Okay, so I just can't wait to hear her point. Good morning, Miss Boogie Down. Good morning, Keisha Marie.
The defendant filed his motion to suppress on September 30th, 2024, and the state filed a response on October 25th, 2024. A partial hearing was held on December 18th, 2024,
Uh huh.
and the court heard testimonies from Roswell Police Department
Yep,
Detective Natalie Field
sure
and
did.
arguments from counsel related to whether the seizure of the Ford F-350 vehicle was lawful under the Fourth Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
At the conclusion of the testimony and argument, the court directed the parties to file supplement briefing related to what, if any, of the state's evidence would constitute fruit of the poisonous tree.
Uh huh. Everybody following so long, following along so far, I should say. Patty said that was the response to the defense's motion to dismiss to dismiss. That's what I said, to dismiss the defense's motion. So I'm trying to figure out what is the aha that she is acting like she has found in here.
If the court ultimately ruled,
If
the court ultimately ruled that the seizure of the Ford F-350 was unlawful. The state requests that the court also allowed it to file a supplement briefing on the issue whether the seizure of the Ford F-350 vehicle. Now,
church, say it with me. Say it with me, because I want y'all to say it with me. if if any of the state's evidence would constitute fruit from the poisonous tree, if the court ultimately ruled that the seizure of the Ford F-350 was unlawful, the state requested that the court also allow it to file a briefing on the issue of whether the seizure of the Ford F-350 vehicle, and then I guess she got page two. She said she wasn't gonna pay for this whole thing, so she don't even have the whole document. Hey, Pen Pal 50, good morning. Sound check Annette, good morning. Beauty is her name. Good morning. Pen Pal 50 says struggle reading. Norbert Waller Durham says, I think she's purposely trying to be confused. Honey, no, Norbert Waller, she's not trying. She's that's it on purpose.
here it says here. In addition to this motion, the state intends to file a particularized response to the defendant's supplement brief to suppress vehicle search and all derivative evidence on or before February 3rd, 2025, as directed by the court.
And did.
Okay, listen.
All
They
right.
had until February 3rd, 2025, right? They filed this motion with the in opposition to dismiss the the request for the suppression of the vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had till February 3rd, right? They
Mm-hmm.
submitted a 200 and something page document to fight
277.
it, to say here's the reason why, and they gave all these reasons on right before the 3rd of February, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why in the world that we have April the 21st,
Mm-hmm.
them coming back and filing this motion, the one that you guys wanted me to look at, this one right here, right? Why? Why? Can somebody please tell me why? You already submitted your.
Well, Sylvia, here I can tell you why. It's called, this is what they call a supplemental. So in addition to what we done already filed, and we already know we on the right track and we good to go, just in case you might need it or just in case you missed it, we got something else that we want to show you too. It's called turning in evidence. Five, what did you say? February the 3rd. Nikki GEA says this isn't for us. This is for the slow people who follow her. Well, I don't know if you know, but yesterday she and Sonia reacted to these documents. The only problem was neither one of them had read them. So how do you react to something I mean, come on. Petty Patty said that's additional evidence. Thank you. That's why it's hence the word supplemental. Um Del Sol said, I'm tickled that she thinks she's dropping the mic. Okay. Hey, Kay Anita. Good morning. How are you? Um, you said here so I don't give her a view. Text Toy said it's proof of what the original filing claimed. Bella says she wants it to be um a conspiracy so bad. Good morning, Soul Power, the Outcast. Good morning, Mons. So yes, beauty is her name. Struggle comprehension. But let's go on. Let's we can listen to some more of this microphone drop.
Your motion already. Why did you feel that you needed to add something additional? Is it because your motion was not strong enough to overturn the judge's decision of leaning towards the defense? Because the judge said, hey, this is like you trying to get a second chance at the poisonous tree. Give me some.
When did he say he was trying to get a chance of the poisonous tree? And damn it, I am sick of this. See, Lacey Moon in the daytime, I'm not a cusser, but Lacey Moon in the daytime, she really tries to not cuss at all, period, at all. But I just can't help myself. If she don't say fruit from the poisonous tree, if she didn't learn that by sitting in that YSL trial, the Cardi B trial, the R. Kelly trial, over there with what's that, the Cry Reese, if she didn't learn that from anywhere, don't this woman ain't watched Law and Order, LA Law, uh Legal Eagles, the y'all name a show. She don't watch none of them things that she can't come up with fruit of the poisonous tree, especially since she just read it a page ago. But she's the unique courtroom vlogger with the it factor who everybody wants to be like and who everybody hates on. Hey, Black but not bitter. TD617. Hey, how are you doing? Mimi says she thinks she sound intelligent. Mm-mm.
Some additional supplement by February 3rd to tell me why I shouldn't give the defense this. Because right now the defense is winning, right? So
The judge did not get on the stand and say, y'all, right now, the defense is winning. So if you want to win this, my rule in prosecution, come on with it. Let's get down with the get down. Come on.
judge was going to suppress it, but because they kept arguing, and he gave them an opportunity to prove what the defense was saying was not correct, right? So what did they come up with? They filed an additional supplement
Mm-hmm.
all the way in April, the week before the actual hearing. Okay,
All the way, Sylvia. All the way.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They filed it. Now they saying they just received documents on April 18th. Okay, let me go ahead and read it. I know y'all heard this, all of this before, and
Oh, but we want to hear your reading interpretation of it because that beats all. Good morning, Chanel Heslop. How are you doing? TD617, good morning. Good morning, Val Baby. How are all of you doing? Only me and 23. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the member milestone. Let me see. Will it let me put, okay, here we go. Only me in 23 says they added to let them know Shirley will testify. Thank you. Thank you. And they couldn't just thank you so much for your 6 month member milestone and for supporting the platform. Good morning, no 54. Petty Patty says, that's not what the judge said. Wooten told the judge that he was trying to get with Hoover to see what he wanted thrown out, and Hoover didn't respond. Thank you, Petty Patty. Thank you. The woman he chose, good morning. So she's giving us she dropping science on us and giving us knowledge, and plus, in addition to that, if they was going to write another document to further prove their point, they're not going to just write one sentence and say, hey, judge, look at here, judge, Shirley Strawberry testifying and her name was forged. They can't do that. They have to write like official documents, not like that mess Sean Hoover turned in with someone else's name referring to himself as she, her. Okay. This is what real attorneys do.
I don't
Did I say, hey, Chanel Heslop? Good morning, Chanel Heslop.
want to repeat all of this. So, but they supposedly received a document on April 18th. Okay. First of all, you're way past the deadline for adding additional information. Okay. So, what they're saying is basically that the car was fraudulently or obtained with a forged signature. Okay. That's what they say. Right. And that Shirley Strawberry knew nothing about.
She has this highlighted on April 14th, on April 18th, 2025. She has this file highlighted as a eureka moment. It says on April 18th, the state received documents in response to his request issued to Westlake Financial Services, a financial service company offering automotive financing. Okay, they just received it from Westlake. She's highlighting that date as if the state is responsible for Westlake not getting the documentation back to them until this date. That is not um that is not Westlake's fault. I mean, that is not the state's fault that Westlake did not respond. You can only harass so much. This is why these things are called supplementals, because they're supplementing. Chanel Heslop, yes, you got two greetings this morning because you are all the way from South Africa and you are always here with myself or Native, and I appreciate it. I really do. Um, text not text toy, but Jackson Tabasco said she, she's no lab mouse, huh? Good morning, the Duchess. But she has it. It's funny how she has it highlighted like it's an aha moment. The state is the one saying this, not the defense. The state is saying, hey, look, we asked for this stuff from Westlake. They just now giving it to us. So this is why they're just now writing it. And what date? We're on these documents came out when? The other day? And so to me, it's not like the state waited another 30 days to file this. They filed as soon as they got the documents and went through them. Whew, Lord.
This purchase of this vehicle. Okay. And but I myself was like questioning now, this is your spouse. Your spouse is getting a car with your name on it, and you have absolutely no knowledge of this?
This man got houses in this woman's name, and she had no addresses she knows nothing about. So you think it's far fetched that he would be able to get a vehicle in her name without her knowing about it? Especially since they forged her name, used someone a different email address and a different phone number, one that doesn't belong to her, and they further fraudulently named people who are tied to Nesto, like what Carlos Lamont, whatever name they used in. And she finds all of this suspicious. Okay, okay. To the back ball in. Good morning. How are you? Chanel Heslop says she speaks in absolutes like she was there. Right. Del Sol said, Nesto, this is your support. Low comprehension, high kiss ass, and bad combo.
Me being a reasonable person,
Okay, reasonable.
for my husband to get a car, a big old car now, not no little purse or somebody ring or, you know, a big old car, a huge car, a big old car, and it's in my name, then I don't know nothing about it.
No.
Y'all, I'm not being any cynical about this, but I find it hard to believe. Here's
Listen, from what I heard, allegedly, you had a husband all the way from Africa who had a whole nother family and a wife. That's what I heard. I don't know that that's true. That's allegedly. I could say that. Let me put my ticker up. I think I forgot to put my ticker up. Let me put it up. Okay. Cause yeah, put that up. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this ain't my ticker. Here go my ticker. All right, I just wanted to put my ticker up because some of these things I'm saying is allegedly, and I am using it as per the Fair Use Act. But like I said before, uh, I heard your husband had a whole nother family in Africa. So Textoy said, "Why is she acting like Shirley said she didn't know the car was there?" Yeah, she didn't say she didn't know it was there. What she didn't know is it was in her name and it wasn't paid for. Bible lady said, "This man has has plastic peen in a black bag surviving around town. Do you think he would not put a car in her name without her knowing?" He had a black bag with what dildos. He's got gold phones and computers with CP on it that his wife didn't know about it. But we gonna say it's too far fetched that he got a car in her name, didn't use any of her information, and got it. And it, oh no, that's just too far fetched. Norbert Waller Durham says, if Shirley Strawberry knew about the purchase, then why all the fake information on the application? I wish someone in her chat would have asked her that. You know what? It would not matter, Norbert Waller Derman. I'm going to tell you why. Because if somebody in her chat asked her that, she would have deleted them and probably blocked them. Um, and yes, Beauty is her name. He's a con man. So, of course, he's able. This is his career. So, yes. Good morning, AK's POV.
why I find it extremely hard to believe that she knew nothing about this vehicle. In the phone call, one of the phone calls, which I'm about to play, she mentions the car. She mentions about her not wanting that car because it's big and she paid it off and blah, blah, blah. And she's going to trade it in, blah, blah, blah. And I know some people are saying, Look, Dominique says she knew. Some people saying, "Oh, she found out about it later on." Okay, now listen to this. Okay, I know you guys saying at the time of purchase. I know you guys, but here's why I beg to differ with you guys on this.
Oh, I can't wait to
Because
hear
on this
this.
document itself, let me show you what I see. Let me tell you why. Hold on. On this document, on the exhibit itself, on the application, I'm gonna show you something.
Show us,
On
girl.
this application, right? I don't know if the state just took a look at what I took a look at, and
Lord,
I'm like,
Lord help us. We about to take a look at the state. We're about to take a look at something that she looked at, but she don't know if the state took a look at it. They must have missed it on a document. Good morning, Penny Proud.
State, did you do your homework
Did you do yours? Text Toy says she didn't say the car. No, she didn't say it was paid off.
on this, or are you just desperate and trying to push for this that you didn't really do your homework, right?
Okay, tell us, tell us.
On this document here, y'all, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all
Show it.
something. I don't know if
Show it to
anybody
us.
ever took a look at this,
Let's
okay?
look.
All right. It shows the original date was January, right?
Uh-huh.
But look what I took a look at.
What you find, girl?
And this is all on electronic, right? Did they know that she was in California at the time and when the document was sent over to her? Did they know that? Did they know that in the document where the signature is, they stamp where it came from? On this document, I'm gonna make it bigger for you guys. It stamps that it was 12, it was January 28th, 2020 at 12:08:39 p.m. Guess what the time was? It was Pacific Standard Time. Pacific Standard Time. That means she was in California when this little supposedly e-signature was done.
That e-signature could have been done by whoever e-signatured it who was in California. Does she think that she went and saw this little bit tinty tiny information and it proves an aha moment? No one is saying he got that F what 350. No one is saying that he got it and he kept it hidden. No one is saying that. They didn't he give that to her or was that his truck? I can't keep up with trucks. But anyway, does she really think that that is proving anything? Just yesterday, before she even bothered to look at these documents, she thought an electronic signature was just one font. And furthermore, with electronic signatures, they're actually signatures. So this at best looks suspicious to me. That is not a signature. That is when I and we talked about this yesterday. When I electronically sign, I am electronically signing my name. This looks like typing fonts, which is not what I would think an electronic signature. And this time zone doesn't mean anything. It just means that whoever went in on this con with him is the one who signed her name or pretended to be her. Who knows? Who knows? Let me see what y'all are saying. AK's POV says, wasn't Nesto in California? Exactly. So what is her point? Good morning, Blue Sapphire. Good morning, Reef and Muff's mom. Bible Lady says, seeing through the eyes of a mouse. uh, Reef and Muff's mom, good morning, says she sound clown. I gotta get that bite because every time somebody say it, I need to push it. AK's POV said, wasn't Nesto in Cal? Okay, I read that one. Bella says she doesn't know where that time comes from. Good morning, Rossi. Rossi said, I'm sorry, but what was her point? She's trying to prove that the state didn't have this information. All sorts of things she is trying to prove whilst proving nothing. Good morning, I Revives. I Revive says, good morning. Ugh, talking nonsense, trying to sound smart. That's exactly what we got going on here. A lady says it's probably implicating Dominique, big dummy, but she dropping knowledge to us. Soul Power, the outcast, says she may want to be humble with her legal issues. Tanya B here. Hey, says good morning, Legacy Moon. And chat, Sylvia sounds clown. Whoever e-signed Shirley's name. Duh. Miss Boogie Down said, but wasn't he in California with her? And didn't Lamont say on a call he was in California driving around in Nesto's Bentley? Yes, that all of that happened. Good morning, Extra AF. Sonia's boots. Did I get everybody else? Um, the Duchess says, hence the name Slowrilla. Just like she thought that April date was an aha moment. No, it was not. The prosecution is saying, hey, look, Westlake just now getting back to us, so I'm just now writing this supplement. Mm, mm, mm.
They need to go get the IP address where this signature came from because it was in California.
Let's for fun say Will Wooten didn't see that. You have just told this man, because remember, she says everyone watches her channel. All judges, all prosecutors, they all watch her channel. So let's say they missed this, which I'm sure they didn't, but let's say they missed that. You have just given them the idea to go get the IP address of whomever electronically signed this. Smart, smart, smart. Sis be traveling. Good morning. Social wife Melissa. Good morning. What up, though? Good morning. Leroyce. Good morning. V. Lenore. Good morning. Um, Listening while trying to wake up. Good morning, Miss HLS. She says, imagine thinking you know more than Wooten. Petty Patty said they were living in Georgia in 2020. That's when Nesto met Sonia. To the bat ball end says Shay and Mr. Will is not here playing games with none of them. Mm-mm.
According to them, he was in Georgia when they bought the car, right? He bought the car in Georgia. And the signature of the person was somebody in California timestamp. Y'all see that? Look at the. Oh, let me make it bigger for y'all.
Make
Hold
it
on.
bigger, girl.
I don't think they took a time to even look at this. Hold on.
They pay people, I'm sure, in the prosecution's office, like paralegals and legal assistants, you know, they pay people to find stuff like that. And she wants us to believe that she's the one who caught it. Okay.
Make it bigger. Look at this. You see right here, January 28th, 12.08, 39 p.m. What? Pacific Standard Time. It was signed by somebody in California time zone. Was she
Mm-hmm.
in California? That's the question. Was she in California? They need to get the IP address where that signature was signed. Because it has a timestamp where.
You don't think they already got it? That's the funny part. She don't think they already got it. The woman he chose says she don't think they took the time to look at this. What the hell does she think? Who the hell she thinks she is? Leroy says, thank you very, very much. Libra Queen says, good morning. Good morning, Libra Queen. Soul Power, the outcast said, that proves nothing. No, the only thing it proves is whoever forged this was in California at the time. D-Dub says, or signed by someone using a VPN. I was getting ready to ask that question. Is it possible to be on someone else's computer, or is it possible, let's say I live in New York and my computer, I'm in Georgia, right? And I sign in with my regular logins and stuff. Is that IP address going to hit in New York where I actually live because I'm using my own sign ins, or is it going to hit in Georgia where I'm at the current time. I'm not computer literate, so I don't know. The woman he chose said, "Is Westlake headquartered in California?" That's a good question. I don't know that either. Um, well, wait a minute. I think I do. According to the documents, I think they are. I think. Just Picking said, if everybody in the courtroom is watching her channel, it's a it's a teaching moment showing students what not to do. Miss HLS said, "Are you smarter than a kindergartner?" I am here for the show, says Sylvia. Hey, have things called airplanes. You can fly back and forth between states the same day if you want. Hmm. She really thinks she's dropping some knowledge, although. AK's POV said, why is she asking if Shirley was in California? Because if she was, why would Nesto be there with her? August lady says, I the state saying he forged those documents? They have the IP address. Yes. If they are saying that, I'm sure that they have evidence. They didn't just because it's not written here doesn't mean they don't have it. Soul Power, the Outcast says, the fact that they think they know all of the evidence. Extra AF says, I'm so confused. Does she really think she blew the top off of one document? There's five fraudulent documents. And not only that, look, Will Wooten done handed us in 277 pages. I mean, the evidence keeps coming and piling on. Good morning, Queen Brielle. How are you doing? Queen Brielle says, good morning, Legacy. I have hot tea ready to laugh my tail off early in the morning. Thanks for the morning tea. You are more than welcome. So Bible Lady just Googled it, and Westlake is in Los Angeles, California, from my understanding. Okay. Okay. You didn't miss much, Libra Queen. She's just reading and giving us aha moments, but they're all wrong. So
The person was. If he's buying a vehicle in Georgia, because remember Laurel, this place here is in Georgia. Hold on. It's in Georgia. Hold on a second. See this place here? It's a pickup truck. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go down here. Everything else was done in Georgia. See, also the contract was in done Georgia. You see Georgia right there? It's all Georgia. Hold
so I guess we're saying Shirley was in California forging signing this contract for the car, but Nesto is in Georgia. Okay.
on. Hold on. Let's go down. Okay, Westlake. Okay, Wells Fargo on behalf of Wells Fargo and all of this. And you see all of that? Okay, let's go. Keep going down. Keep going down.
I'm sure this is not the state's first rodeo, especially Will Wooten prosecutes financial crimes. So it's not their first rodeo seeing these type of documents. I am so sure that they've seen these documents like this before and are very aware of how to read them. Bible Lady says she is so dingy. He went to a place in Georgia to buy a vehicle. However, the finance company, which is Westlake, is out of California. Duh. DW says VPNs allow the device to appear to be in another location. Okay, thank you. So see, we learned something. Good morning, Jet Black, or at least I did. Good morning, Jet Black Straight. Jet Black Straight says so. She legally still went by Strawberry. Wonder why she wasn't going by Williams. I'm not sure that she changed her name, and I wouldn't have either because that is like her signature name is very unique. I wouldn't have went to Williams. I wouldn't have. Um, no 54 said, explain the stamp signature though, ma'am. Exactly. And Penny Proud said, Nesto did it, point blank, period. Thank you, Penny Proud. You are so right.
Keep going
Good
down.
morning, Diddy's baby oil.
We're gonna go to where the place is. Hold on, let's go back because Laura. We're gonna. I think it's in Dunwoody.
Hey, them
The
folks.
car dealership is in Dunwoody. Hold on, let's go here. Let's go up. Right there, you see? Look, the car dealership is in Laurel, Buford, 4131 Buford Avenue, right? Okay. Y'all see it?
Uh huh.
Was she in California? Because this thing here, they need the IP address of where it was signed at. The IP address of the signature, because right here it's stamped with the.
None of this matters because guess what? The lady said she was going to get on the stand and testify. She ain't electronically sign that. She ain't know nothing. That's at the end of the day, that's it. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame says, does she not realize the very obvious Shirley Lamont Dominique car dealership and everybody involved has talked to the investigators and they know exactly what happened to obtain the vehicle? Okay. And that unindicted co-conspirator, we don't know what's going on with him or her. The Duchess says, Sylvia, you sound as ridiculous as Christopher Columbus saying he discovered a land already inhabited. Ain't either of you discovered a darn thing. Miss HLS said the level of stupidity is alarming. Leroyce says she sound clown. Houston Foodie says, how was Shirley's credit messed up, but everything was in her name? That's a good question too. And because Erica is so sophisticated, who knows how she had stuff set up. So Petty Patty said, what is she proving? We don't know what she's um proving. Let me see. Is this Cuddy Bay? Cuddy Bay says, good morning, first of all, says, so please tell me why Shirley would sign a document with fake names, phone numbers for her employer, and close family friends, Carlos Lamont. Them folks said, why is that part so hard for these two? I'm so confused. Good morning, Miss Veronica. Miss Veronica says IS is very uneducated on finance companies. You don't have to be on the same in the same city or state to get financing from a company.
Pacific Standard Time. That's where this person was in California. Was she in California?
But you was
Was
acting
she in
like you
California?
had the aha proof. Hey, Friday child, how you doing?
You said, Monique said, if she wasn't in California, what would the explanation be for that? That's a good question.
The explanation would be it's
That's a very
fraudulent.
good question.
What?
Now, the other thing I want to tell you guys, I know you guys was talking about in any kind of purchase of a vehicle, I know some of you guys have purchased cars. I know you guys have purchased plenty of cars. I have purchased several cars. That process it's like buying a house. It's a long, tedious process. They don't just let their car walk out the place without making sure there's some sort of financial stability, some sort of financial payments type of thing that you're able to pay. Then they make sure that the insurance can be gotten before you even get out that place. They make sure there's some insurance on that.
Look, Damachi RN said, this boils down to we will not admit we're wrong. I never want to be so prideful that I turn a blind eye, even when I believed in someone. Listen, these people support R. Kelly, okay? She doesn't think R. Kelly should be in jail. She thinks those things of him messing with those minors and things way back years ago should be forgotten. It was in the past. This is what she thinks. So, yeah, she is going to make an excuse as to why or how um, these defendants in these horrific cases are innocent. That is what she's going to do. Text Toy said maybe for bad credit, unemployed as Miss HLS said that's a lie. Your BFF said that she left the car. She did. Did she say she left the car lot without insurance? How that work? I didn't know you could do that on something that you're financing. Okay. What up, though? Said no. The hell, it's not like buying a house. I didn't think so because I bought a house and I bought two brand new cars. And though, my cars were paid outright in cash, we filled out paperwork, but it wasn't nothing like all the stuff I had to do to get a house. Good morning, Tanya B here. Good morning. That ain't none of me. That ain't none of me said, did he have 12,000 down on it? So I'm sure they let some stuff slide. Hey, let's talk about it all. Good morning, says crazy. It sure isn't. Mm-mm.
That vehicle, right? Now, you guys know that insurance company, when they've given you insurance, they pull your driving record. Do you know that, right? The
No.
last time I got insurance, um, before I can even give them any information, they knew that I had insurance with this company, that company, and how many accidents my husband.
How was they able to do that if okay. Okay. That's what okay. Oops, wrong button.
Had and all this kind of, they gave me the rundown of everything I had, and I didn't even tell them. I didn't even tell them anything, and they already knew already about my driving record, my insurance records, and all that kind of records, and who was on my insurance, and if then they asked me was my daughter still on there, if Alexis was on there, because then I had two teenagers on my insurance, so they asked all of that, and I didn't even give that information to them.
Probably because when you gave them your name and things to buy the vehicle before they probably let you test drive it, hell yeah, they wanted to know what kind of insurance you had. Do you have insurance? And how many car accidents you and your man have had. That's a normal thing. They wouldn't be able to look that up if you didn't give them nothing. Like they didn't walk in and say, look, it's a fat mouse. Let me see what their driving record is before we allow them to sit down and buy our vehicle. That didn't happen. It didn't happen. So they had to have your name, date of birth, or some identifying information. And does it shock me that they're able to put it in a database and get your driving record and things? No, it doesn't. I am Coco says, what does her raggedy driving record have to do with Nesto forging documents? I'm in confusement. Del Sol says sounds like she had already reported it to the insurance company. Right. Patty said the insurance policy wasn't even in Shirley's name. It was in Dominique's name. And isn't that suspicious? Shirley found that out after Nesta went to jail. She didn't know how to pay the insurance. She didn't know how to pay the insurance. She didn't know how to pay the store. She didn't know how to do any of those things because he had all that stuff and he had it in other people's. See, he don't put stuff in his name, but he ain't had no problem forging Shirley Strawberry's signature all over everything. Mimi says she is operating on the basis that everything done was legal and not by scammers. In case POV said LOL raggedy driving record. My Tai said, dang, not it's I'm a fat mouse. It's a fat that's right. They said it's a fat mouse, let me see. Because they know they probably seen what's his name on Tom and Jerry? What's the little mouse's name? Tom or Speedy Gonzalez? They said, man, these mouses, they got horrible driving records. So they said, we got a fat mouse. Let us look up their record.
None of that information. And then the other thing I noticed too on this this
Tell
this
us now.
motion that the state put in,
Enlighten us.
I don't see any kind of case law I didn't see any kind of case law that will solidify their argument. No case law whatsoever. None.
Let's see. Miss Strawberry also included at least 5 forged electronic signatures made in her name. See, they have the section number where to find that. Let's see, what else do they have?
No case law. It seemed like they're trying to throw something in there to help with the case. I'm just giving you guys another point of view. That's all I'm doing. I'm not saying this is what happened.
I have also seen briefs and stuff like that written up in court, and they don't necessarily put the case. Why would you need case law if you say Miss Strawberry found out her signature was forged 5 times, and here go the exhibits to prove it? Do you really need case law on your side when you have evidence, exhibits, and things? Really? Do you really? My tie said, "There you are, boo. How are you, Mimi?" Delso said he already included case law up at the top. That's what I'm saying. But let's go with the fact that there's no case law here. Oh no, the man's got the exhibits and things right there, and a statement saying she didn't do it. So okay, yeah, attorneys usually add case law, but I mean, are we really gonna lose sleep because, well, she's a fat mouse, so she probably can't read to tell that there's case law included. Miss HLS said, imagine thinking you know more about the law than a completed prosecutor, one who is in charge of white collar crimes and does ricos on a regular. AKPOV says she's so strange. This is just supporting this is just a supporting document to go along with what he already handed in. Jet Black Straight said, that's what you say when you know you sound clown. I'm just giving another point of view. Soul Power of the Outcast says this is a supplement to the original filing anyway. I don't think she knows that. Good morning, Sherry, with a Y. Mai Tai said, I mean, not Mai Tai, Nesto Shackle. Shuffle Walk of Shame says, Will Wooten did give case law when he let it be known Nesto had no right to file for, the vehicle. And can I also say, we watch those body cams frequently over here. If you aren't checking it out, you should come check us out on Thursdays and Sundays. But anyway, one thing we do know about that is when they have extenuating circumstances, they will search a car. But if they are towing a car, they still have to take inventory of what's in the car, because they could tow my car and I could say, well, wait a minute. What happened to that $15,000 I had under the passenger seat? So they will go ahead and go through the car and list all of the things that were in there. They do an inventory, which, if I'm not mistaken, is what I understood Officer Fields to say. We might have to go through those documents that Sylvia read one more time, but I understood her to say that that's what they did. And then, in addition to inventorying the car, since they towed it, they also got search warrants. Now, that's what I thought I remembered Officer Fields saying. Savannah Clover, good morning. She says, for all the times this dummy been in court, she doesn't know that case laws are not needed to fight a case. She and Slonia are too slow, as shown. You're right. Houston, that's right. Where my money? They took. I had money there, and it's gone. So that's why they inventory the car before it's even towed.
But it's questions to be asked. These are questions to be asked. You know what I mean? I know they talk about, minor stuff like phone number not being the same and the friends, like
Oh, whoa! We gonna minus the fact that the phone numbers aren't the same? We gonna minus all that? Okay, let's minus it, y'all. Y'all minus it. Forget that. Forget that. All the phone numbers are wrong, and forget that. Carlos Lamont is a friend and a reference, and it has Earl Lamont Dunbar's real number They know this because he's used it to call the jail, but we're going to forget about all that.
Application described Carlos Lamont as a friend and listed Carlos Lamont as, yeah, definitely that's shady. Those things are shady. Somebody's putting strange combination of a name. It's really shady. But as far as the state concerned, I don't see anything that will help them with their argument as far as case law. There's not one bit of case law in here for.
Hence the word supplemental. This is a supplemental to all the stuff they handed in before that actually had case law in it. Courtroom vlogger.
the argument. And you know that's one of the things these judges ask for. Give me a case law of this. Y'all remember? Y'all watch
And guess what? You can go in there and not have added case law, and the judge will say, well, counselor, what's the case law on that? I noticed you didn't include it in your supplemental. And then they have to stand up there and give case law.
YSL case law. And I've seen this judge ask them for case laws in regard to these things. They threw a motion out for additional motion for this, and there's no case law. That's all I'm trying to point out. I'm giving you guys my reaction to this.
React, girl. We reacting to your reaction. Good morning, Leah lady.
For the fictional name Star Baby, I agree that the fictional name is suspect. Definitely suspect. Definitely. Definitely suspect. I'm not gonna say that it's not, but to me, yeah. Oh, I forgot to play this. Okay, hold on. I want to play the call for y'all. Hold on.
Come on, Gary.
Y'all, for y'all to say she didn't know. Nah. And especially they pull her credit to get that they pull her credit to get that rate. That rate was pretty high, y'all, for somebody who has terrible credit, you know. No offense, Shirley, if you're watching.
Don't people with terrible credit usually have high rates? I thought, okay.
Yeah, they still need case law. They still need case law to overturn. Because, okay, here's what I'm saying. Remember, they're bringing this about after the fact that they had already searched the car. Here's what I'm saying. The defense is saying that the suppression of the car should go because it was an unlawful search, right? Unlawful search meaning that you did not stop me because the car was stolen. When you pull the record of the car, you said the car belongs to my spouse. You did not know that allegedly, I forged my spouse's name and got the car. You did not know any of that.
But they don't see, this is what she doesn't understand. They don't have the standing to say, oh, well, I don't want you to, you can't search the car. Y'all didn't have my permission. And what the state is saying, you don't have standing to say that we need your permission because you don't own the car. So guess what we did? We asked your wife's permission because guess what? According to the application, she the one who owns it. That is what they're saying. But, she's too sick to realize that. Okay, I am sorry. I missed. Oh, we have got to figure this new system out. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Mesmerized, for becoming a new Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries investigator. Drop your new emojis in the chat, and everybody, please welcome Miss Mesmerized as a new member to the Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries investigators. And by the way, thank you for supporting the platform. Y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I missed that because I'm trying to order me some. Oh, here it is. What is that? Um, there we go. Oh, this is a super. Well, wait a minute. Thank you, Miss Mesmerized. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, "Thanks for the reply, cause she ain't getting no view from me. You are so. No, I'm replay. She says, thanks for the replay, cause she ain't getting no view from me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat once again, supporting the platform. Ooh, I gotta get my inhaler. But this is true. Good morning, chocolate. Good morning. Did I miss anybody else or anything else while I was sitting up here trying to order Aaliyah TV? Good morning. While I'm sitting up here trying to order breakfast. Them folks said the way she's trying to spin this is wild. The case is above her head. Okay, let me start. Hey, 80% CMOS. Ooh, let me go get my inhaler.
That you didn't know any of that, so that's not going to stand on this because it's like putting the cart in front of the horse type of thing. Okay, the state is doing the same thing that okay, like for example, remember Jeffrey YSL case? Remember when they seized the stuff that was inside the house? They did an unlawful seizure because they came there to get him, arrest him. They didn't come there for something that was inside the house. They saw the stuff inside the house after the fact. They took the stuff, which made it illegal because they did not get a warrant before the search happened. The search happened here in this car before they actually got the warrant. So you're saying
I don't know what happened in YSL's case because I didn't follow it. But what I will say is it could be that they went in there. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they went in there with a warrant for him and then decided they'd get us. To me, it's weird. Why would they go arrest Jeffrey and not have a warrant for the house? But anyway, what she's not understanding is that when you get a vehicle and you have to tow it, you have to do an inventory because remember, y'all, my $15,000 is in there, and if it's missing, I am going to raise hell. Miss HLS said, here we go with the YSL, the same trial she was always getting, arrested from, admonished by a judge, kicked out the courtroom, that case. August Lady said this was his that was his house, dummy. B. Williams, good morning, said I see. Oh, she's slow. Chocolate said, if you have insurance, they let you transfer it to the new vehicle before you leave. Then you call your insurance company to transfer it. Tex Toy said, did he steal that house? Petty Patty says they went in Jeffrey's house and weed was in plain sight. Ah, so that gives them the permission right there. Just like if they stop you in your car and they smell weed, they search it. That is what they call a word she probably can't pronounce, which is probable cause. Soul Power said, imagine going hard to defend a known scammer, Jailbird. Her credibility is shot. The woman he chose says, so if the police come to pick me up on a warrant and see a dead body in the house, they supposed to overlook the dead body? Oh my gosh. Retro and my fro, you're here. Good morning. I didn't see you come in. Helen said, I'm convinced Fish IS lies to her fanatics because she thinks they are dumb and will believe anything she says. Extra AF said, I'm convinced that Fat Mouse doesn't have insurance.
that the car did not belong to him because it was fraudulently done. That car was purchased back in January 2020. In January 2020, you had all the way up to the 2025 to say that this car was fraudulent. That's not going to fly, y'all. That's not going to fly. Okay, y'all, get rid of Miss Knees. I could sound like a clown. You in my chat, and I'm about to block your behind from my chat.
Oh, what
Bye.
happened? Who happened? What? Let me go back. I'm sorry, y'all. I went to hit my inhaler. Bible Lady said, I bet it hurts being a fat mouse. 80% CMOS said the same woman that could put an S, that can't put an S at the end of words, is trying to say the case law is missing. Oh, wait, I got to rewind. I missed that. Okay.
On this because it's like putting the cart in front of the horse type of thing. Okay, the state is doing the same thing that okay, like for example, remember Jeffrey YSL case? Remember when they seized the stuff that was inside the house? They did an unlawful seizure because they came there to get him, arrest him. They didn't come there for something that was inside the house. They saw the stuff inside the house after the fact. They took the stuff, which made it illegal because they did not get a warrant before the search happened. The search happened here in this car before they actually got the warrant. So you're saying that the car did not belong to him because it was fraudulently done. That car was purchased back in January 2020. In January 2020, you had all the way up to the 2025 to say that this car was fraudulent. That's not
We don't know that they didn't. They're not going to sit up and show their hand. No. This came up because, Sean Hoover was saying they didn't have the right. So Will Wooten said, oh, we don't have a right. Let me show you what we have. Let me show you something. That's what Will Wooten said. What is she talking about?
not gonna fly, y'all. That's not gonna fly.
Thank you, Queen Brielle. She says prosecutors don't have to drop all the details immediately, dum dum. No. Just like Sonia's come out, we went to court. They didn't have this. They didn't say that. They didn't show evidence of this. They didn't have that. They didn't have the dildos. Well, no, because by now it has your DNA on it, dummy. But anyway, we don't know what they have. We don't know what kind of kits they may have. We don't know. They may, Nestor likes photograph and everything. We don't know what all they found.
Okay, y'all, get rid of Miss Knees. I could sound like a clown. You in my chat, and I'm
Oh, y'all see that? Hey, Miss Niecy. Wait. There you go. Wait.
saying that the car did not belong to him because it was fraudulently done. That car was purchased back in January 2020. In January 2020, you had all the way up to the 2025 to say that this car was fraudulent. That's not going to fly, y'all.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's not going to fly. Okay, y'all, get rid of Miss Knees. I could sound
Y'all, that was our one very own Miss Niecy. And she said, man, hush, you sound clown. Shout out to Miss, let me, look, let me. Shout out to Miss Niecy. You sound clown. Oh, I love it when a group comes together.
like a clown. You in my chat, and I'm about to block your behind from my chat. Bye. People hate to hear somebody else's point of view. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? I know Nestor's not your favorite person and you can't stand him. You want him to go to jail for this, blah, 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 blah. But here's the fact. You got to stand with the law. The law, you saying that he stole this particular car, he forged his wife's name, right? He forged his wife's name. That's what you're saying. He forged his wife's name, but
Yo, wait a minute. Miss Niecy said that was her, and she was actually being nice. That's right, you were. You were. I thought you were. Oh, she sound clown because she does. Listen, we're just using the lingo of her friend. That's all. Miss HLS said, your point of view is clown. That's right. Exactly.
you didn't find that out until all of this suppression thing comes out. Okay, you never said it in when you first filed the court case. Hey, When I pulled up the thing, the car was registered in the wife's name. The wife said it did not belong to her. It was a forged car. So we're going to put that against him too.
You know why they didn't say that in the beginning? Because they saved that for when Sean Hoover put in his motion to suppress the evidence. Why are they're not gonna listen? I don't know how to play spades, but one thing I do know is when you're playing them, you don't show everybody at the table your cards. You throw them down, and then when you win, what you do? You slap it on the table. I don't know, whatever you do. But Will Wooten is like, oh, you saying we shouldn't have searched it? Well, let me tell you something. It ain't in his name anyway, and he got it under fraudulent means. She's so ooh. Miss Nisi said, I love pissing her off. She always delete my message. So when I saw that I could comment without being a subscriber, I took the opportunity. So you mean she was over there slipping? Oh, she was over there slipping. We are so glad you did. Glorious Love, good morning, says, what is the aversion to S's about? We don't know. We don't know why she doesn't use those S's. Leo Lady says, no lies told, Miss Nisi. That's right. That is right. No lies told. Kim LaWill said, so what IS and Sonia want Shirley in jail as well? What about the CP charges? Nothing to do with her. Nothing at all. Good morning, Kim Lewis.
Do you understand that? Is Shirley pressing charges against him for forging her name?
She don't need to. She has the whole state pressing charges against him for 39 counts of all kinds of things. Why would she go and say, well, excuse me, Johanna, let me press charges against him for forging my name? Why would she go down to the police station and press charges for that? It's in the RICO, silly. Nesto Shackles Shuffle Walker Shame says, not only that, at Legacy Moon, you usually play your jokers last or to trump the highest played wild card. See, I don't know nothing about them, but I don't know nothing about playing spades, but I know you don't show your good cards right off the bat. Them folks said this woman is the definition of basic. And Major's, hey, Major's wife, how are you?
I'm just trying to give you guys a viewpoint of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? This is not going to fly. This is not going to fly because the judge is asking them, why are you saying that I should not suppress this evidence that you got from an unlawful search? Okay. When they stopped the car, when they stopped him in that car, they didn't stop him because of a stolen car. They didn't stop him because the car had some.
I don't understand why she doesn't understand that when they did an inventory on the car, they found things that they felt they needed to look at. So they got a warrant for the car. The only black but not bitter says, according to Sonia, this would be a civil matter. Petty Patty says, all Hoover did by filing the motion to suppress is brought more charges against Nesto for stealing another truck. It's as Sonia would say, pattern. It's a pattern.
Sort of drugs, and they smell drugs. You know, you understand what I'm saying? They stopped them because there was a thing about not paying rent. Remember, that was the purpose. The search of the car had nothing to do with why they stopped him. This is what the argument of the defense was, and that's why the judge agreed with the defense. Because remember, the in the body cam,
Did I miss something? When did the judge do his say that he was going to allow the evidence to be suppressed? Where was I? Did I miss something? Because I don't recall. Savannah Clover says, so now Sylvia is the judge, jury, an attorney, huh? Exactly. Them folks says, Wooten is now on his third set of papers explaining why this shouldn't be suppressed. Yes, pen pattern. The only black but not bitter said the judge didn't say the search was unlawful. Nesto said it was unlawful. That's what I'm saying. When was the hearing where the judge made a ruling and said that this was unlawful? I mean, did I miss a document? Because that is possible for me to have missed a document. But I know a lot of you, y'all keep up with the documents and things. Nesto, shackle, shuffle, walk of shame. I know you would know. Did I miss the ruling that the judge gave out and said that he was suppressing the evidence from the vehicle? That's all I want to know. Did I miss that? That's it. That's all.
um, the police officers saw it after they looked inside the car. They didn't get a search and found it. They didn't have a dog come there and say, "Hey, we smell drugs in the car. Let me go ahead on and get the dog to smell the drugs, and then that would be probable cause." There was no probable cause for them to search the car at all, because that the car had nothing to do with the reason that they stopped him. That's all I'm saying. That's what the argument.
Can I just say that the man is a known car thief? So wouldn't they be suspicious of that car? I'm just saying. He's a thief. He steals cars. He's been known to do it, changing VIN numbers. So wouldn't it be possible for them to say, you know what, we better check and make sure that, this is okay? Del Sol said he has not ruled, but he definitely gave Fields a little side eye. August Lady said, what is Sawyer it, Sylvia? Hey, let's talk about it. All said she doesn't know what she's talking about. Text Toy said they actually did get the dog. Chanel Heslop said, I'm from a third world country and I understand this law. What's her excuse for not understanding? Thank you, Chanel Heslop. That is so true. Why doesn't she get it? These are basic things that you learn from watching any law show on TV, whether it's scripted or reality. And she ain't never seen the first 48. She ain't never seen none of that. My Tai said, oh, how I wish. What did Miss Mesmerize say? Let me go find it. Let me find it. Miss Mesmerize said, can an MF be virtually slapped? Can an MF be virtually slapped? Yeah, Diddy's baby oil said, I thought it was a dog though. Yes. I Revive says, when and where did this lady get a law degree? I guess they were printed up with the other Kinko's ones. Social wife Melissa said Nesto is a car thief, and Nesto asked the police to get his phone out of his car. The only black but not bitter said, why would they bring in a cadaver dog? Cadaver dogs are used to search for bodies. This is the court reporter, right? The courtroom vlogger. They going to get a cadaver dog.
Argument was inside the courtroom. There's no case law that would overturn the illegal search. He didn't put in a case law that says, okay, here, we're going to overturn the illegal search.
He didn't
I am
rule
not
on
an
it
attorney,
either.
but I have common sense of what I've been, me being in the courtroom these many 5-6 years. Some things is common sense.
You've been in the courtroom 5 or 6 years and you think they get cadaver dogs to search cars for other things. That's what you think? Yeah, you've been to court 5 or 6 years. You're the only courtroom vlogger, but you don't know that there was not the judge has not ruled on this case. He made his comments or whatever, but there is no ruling. So she literally thinks that the judge threw out the search and the truck was fruit of the poisonous tree. Even though we ain't heard it, we ain't seen the paperwork on it. This is what I guess she got that from all that inside information she be knowing. Okay, so she's telling us this. Okay, this is what she's saying. Um, so she doesn't understand how he could do this supplemental and not even add in case law and think he's going to get away with it. Well, I want to do a spoiler alert. I think he's going to get away with it, Sylvia. Bible Lady said, bitch, you don't have Nonsense. Common sense, nor money. Tanya B said 5 to 6 years listening in courtrooms and not one day smarter. The Duchess says, can we please catch Lorilla and release her back in the wild because she does not belong here in civilization with the rest of us? Hey, tell me that part. Petty Patty says she's been in the courtroom 5 or 6 years and didn't know not to show up to the courthouse when she had a body warrant. Yes, 5 or 6 years, and she's still going around saying her house was swatted. And 5 or 6 years, 5 to 6 years in the courtroom, and she doesn't know that in the state of Georgia, yes, they will come knocking on your door to pick you up for a misdemeanor warrant. She don't know any of those things, but she's a magnificent courtroom vlogger that we're all jealous of.
Some things is common sense. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that is all I'm saying. They're trying to get the judge to change his mind because the judge already leaned towards the defense already.
Well, guess what? He already leaned towards the defense already, but guess what? He gonna do the Rockaware and lean on over to the prosecution. That's what's about to happen.
What happened to the good news that I'm supposed to wanted to report? I never said I was going to tell you guys the good news.
Yes, you did.
I never said I was going to tell you the good news. I never. Don't tell Star Baby. Don't tell that lie. Saying I said I was going to tell you. I never said I was going to tell y'all anything. I ain't say nothing about telling y'all anything. I ain't going to tell. I said I wasn't going to say what the good news was. I'm still not going to say. Y'all going to find out what the good news is.
All right.
You're going to find it out.
Your good news is never good news. That's all I'm saying.
You still trying to find out what the good news is. Nope, that ain't going to work with me. That is not going to work with me. But, okay, I wanted to play, hold on.
Black but not bitter.
And you know what? To give to Shirley's defense on this, there's some things I probably don't remember I did either. And right now, if it's going to keep me out of trouble, I probably say I don't remember either. It's not mine.
Really?
But there is a trail.
So we're gonna say I don't remember, putting no air tag on what's his name, Dontavius's car or Jackson's car. I don't remember. I don't think it happened, Your Honor. I don't. Is that what we're gonna say? I'm just wondering. What'd you say, Miss Boogie Down? LOL, I hear you, Legacy, with the Fat Joe reference. Right. Lean back. All right. A lady says, how can they stand her? I don't know. Mons, all you can say is just wow. just wow. Kimmy, who says Shirley most certainly does not want help from an escaped. Someone escaped from the zoo. What up, though? Said that's the only way she can get views. Lied to him and pretended she got tea. Lied to her viewers and pretend she got. Yeah, because she did that about a week or two ago, and she's still saying it. But meanwhile, everybody's still thirsty.
There is a trail. There is a trail. There is a trail. I'm telling you guys, there is a trail, and a trail don't lie. A trail do not lie.
There's a trail that leads where?
And for her, I just find it hard to believe she didn't know anything.
Oh, so she's.
I really do find it hard to believe a spouse not knowing what type of husband you have, what he's doing and something. Maybe you choose not to want to know. But if your name is going to be on a car, and you are the breadwinner of the household.
Silly rabbit. She didn't know her name was on the truck. Her signature was. She didn't know. What are you talking about? And you can't make me believe you knew everything your husband was doing. This man traveled to Africa, from my understanding, allegedly several times a year. Do you know what he was doing over there in the motherland? Do you know? No, you don't, do you? This from on, you want me to trust your marriage and what went on in your marriage, and he allowed another man to buy you a dress in chicken wings? You want me to think that you had this up and up, very stable marriage? Okay. Tell me that part. Said, did you know your husband? I asked. Exactly. That was some 40-day fiance stuff. Allegedly. Tanya B here said getting someone else's cooch. Domachi the RN says, I almost want them to win this so Nesta will feel confident enough to go to trial. Yeah, but I don't think he's not gonna take, he don't want to take any of these charges. So he gonna go to trial. He's gonna do that no matter what. Roddy Love says, why do these hoes have something against the wife? I don't get it. Me either. Me either. But she's trying. Shirley traveled with her job. Shirley did things with her friends. We know from Nesto's own mouth that he was hardly ever home. So how is she to know what he's running around doing? He never puts anything in his name. And on occasion, when he needs the big ticket items, apparently he puts them in her name. So how would she know what he was ripping and running around the state of Georgia doing? Miss Boogie Down, thank you so much for the super chat. She says her husband has a whole family and she's judging. Wow, exactly. Thank you, Miss Boogie Down, for the super chat, and thank you for supporting the platform. What up though said your husband left. The only black but not bitter said, at the very least, he's guilty of bigamy. How does Sylvester explain that away? You know what's funny? You don't hear them talk about that. You never hear them talk about the bigamy. They don't mention it. Bible Lady says, we also know from Shirley's own mouth that Nesto was hardly home. A lady said, never put stuff in his name, but puts it in friends' names. Exactly. Exactly.
She was. Hold on. She, according to her, on the thing, she was paying for the car herself. Hold on. According to the phone call. Hold on a second. I need to get that for you.
Yeah, get it
According
for
to her
us.
on the phone call, she was paying because she was complaining about her spending all her money and all this kind of stuff. Remember? Hold on. Let me play it for y'all. Hold on. This video. Hold on a second. Can I get the timestamp, please? Somebody,
Lord
some
have
of you, just
mercy.
please give me the timestamp. Timestamp, please. I need a timestamp because I want to play with her. Yes, she said, I thought you said the truck was paid off. 4 minutes? Okay. They said 4 minutes. Hold on. All right. My co-defendant, they let the bitch go. Let her go like a month ago. So I couldn't even tell her the good news. You see what I'm saying? So I go to court on the 26th and on the 13th the next month. So when I texted last night, because I ain't heard from her in like 2 weeks. She was okay. I ain't got. She said I gotta be.
Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I want to go back because for just a little smidge.
Yes, she said, I thought you said the truck was paid off. 4 minutes?
Only Me 23 said she paid when he got locked up, and Don't forget to play the part when she asked him, she thought it was paid. Exactly, but she's not going to play that part. But then again, she just might and just doesn't comprehend what's being said. Only me, I mean, I'm sorry. Chanel Heslop said, oh, so is she stealing from phone calls from prison? Why didn't she get these calls herself? Right. What's she doing over there stealing? Phone calls from prison stole from her. Why is she going over there? A lady said this segment is going to get real bad. It sure is. Hello, Angelique says she didn't even buy all the pages. She said, I'm not paying for all. Hey, Dimples Wimples.
Okay, you said 4 minutes. Hold on.
Hey, the Bushes said.
All right.
My co-defendant, they let the bitch go. Let her go like a month ago. So I couldn't even tell her the good news. You see what I'm saying? So I go to court on the 26th and on the 13th the next month. So when I texted last night, because I ain't heard from her in like 2 weeks. She okay. I ain't got. She said I gotta be. That don't sound like her. She don't.
I'm sorry, but what is this portion of the call supposed to tell us? Because who is she talking to? Is she talking to Lamont? Is he talking to Lamont or Sonia? I'm not understanding. I thought she was providing us proof. The proof is in the pudding, and I thought she was about to, provide it for us. Extra AF says Unfiltered Dolls Reactions posted a short with a clip of his bullshit explanation she when Shirley said he told her the truck was paid off.
Only sound talk try like that.
Is that the same one?
She gotta be what? She gotta be.
Is that the same one? Please tell me. Is that the same timestamp? Is that?
How are you gonna play a call proving a point and you ain't even got the damn timestamp? You're not even sure if you got the right freaking call.
The video that I'm playing now? I just want to make sure it's the right one. Hold on. Okay, June 15th. June 15th, 2023, y'all. June 15th, 2023. Hold on.
Yeah, she got to be what? Fine. I have to be fine. I don't have to be fine. Okay. Yeah. That don't even sound like her. Dry like that. Then her fucking daughter over there still milking the cow. Ain't got a nigga standing in the park.
Okay. I don't want to hear all that. Can you please get me to the point that I need? I'm not into trying to hear all of this. You're supposed to have this stuff ready for me.
You're the content creator. You're supposed to have this shit.
She's never been good. So then the tax shit came up. She told me that shit, and I got on her ass in January about that shit. Listen, man, you gotta pay the folks that money. If you don't,
7 minutes. Okay, they just gave me 7 minutes.
You got another side too, so well, no. Listen at what you're saying right now. I know you're not wrong, but if you listen to her and most stuff come out, you be like, oh, so I don't know. I don't want to get off into that. What you need me to do? I need to call her. I need to hear her voice and hear what she got to say. Okay, hold on.
All right, this is her shirt.
Okay. Hope I'm talking no shit. Okay, you're not doing that. You're not doing that.
I'm trying to figure out, what is this call supposed to prove? Isn't this the call where, she's kind of dry with him and she kind of tells him, yeah, the text did come from me. It didn't come from anybody else. Isn't this that call? Like, I'm not understanding. Why are we listening to this? Jane said she doesn't want her to hear Nesto being awful. She doesn't want to hear Nesto being awful. The only black but not bitter said, I thought she said she had the recording of Shirley saying something about the truck. That's what I'm saying. And this is not that. Let me see. Only Me 23 said this is the call when Shirley goes off. And this is the ultimatum call. Yes, it is. That's what I thought. Miss Mesmerized. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Nesto, a stupid person who causes losses to another person while while um, deriving no gain and even possibly incurring losses themselves. That equals Nesto. It sure does. Um, you need a solution to set a fat mouse. I can't. Oh. How are you doing? You need a solution. Also says she was up with ponytail going over it. Why? Don't want to be wrong. Yeah, so she needed a buddy, right? She needed a buddy up there. Um, did I say thank you? Thank you so much, Miss Mesmerize, and thank you for supporting the platform. My Tai said, do you remember when she said listening to other people's phone calls is weird? Yes, and what is she doing? She's sitting here being a weirdo.
Hold on. Hold on. Trying to drive. Hold on. Doing for to have my phone. Hold on. I ain't driving no dude. I'm driving an 18 wheeler. Yeah, I know, but I know how you drive. Sit back low, kick back. Yeah. Man, how can I hold it? Let's see. Hold on. Sure. Yes, no. You ain't caught. I ain't got you no better than that. No, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm just hold on, sir. Hold on. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, oh my God, I don't want to listen to all of this. I'm going to fire my people. I'm going to fire my people. They're supposed to give me the timestamp. Now I'm listening to all of this. I'm listening to all of this, y'all. Listen to this.
Hello.
They're going to be mad at me.
She's up here playing a phone call trying to prove her point, and she mad because she don't have. Wait till she find out she got the wrong call.
How you doing today? You talking to me? I'm fine. Yes, I'm talking to you. How you doing? I got to go around and find somebody to call you, see what's going on with you. Hey guys, I'm gonna mute the phone for a minute, so next time you hang up, you can call me back. I'm gonna put it on mute. Okay?
No, you ain't, Dre.
All right, thank you. Okay, what's going on with you, love? Talk to me. About what? What do you mean? I mean, because I ain't hear from you. I just called you 2 weeks ago, and just all of a sudden, you just want to set the phone call. Then I called Dina. He told me what's going on. He said he just told me bits and pieces. He didn't tell me everything. He gave me a dry run. So, what did he tell you? He told me that you're tired and you're not this. You don't want to deal with nothing else no more. And he said that you're going broke. What are you talking about? And I told him, okay, that's what he told me. And I said, okay, she needs to turn that truck, call them folks and tell them to pick that truck up, take the insurance off that fucking truck, and say fuck all that shit, and just save her ass. That's exactly what I told you. I don't know if you talking that.
Take that truck back. Take that insurance off the truck. Interesting.
He told you that night, because I don't know what's going on. He said he took some pictures and sent them to you. So I told him to tell her that I get a free call every Monday for 5 minutes. So I called her. So I tried to call you. You didn't answer the phone. So I don't know if she knew that or not. But I'm just trying to figure out. I need to hear your voice. I got 2 dry texts from you. One 2 weeks ago. I asked you, you fine? You like, that had to be. That don't sound like you. That sound like somebody else. So I wasn't sure. So I texted you yesterday. I got another dry text. I ain't got no money. What is that? That don't sound like you. You at least have something to say with it. So yeah. Well, that's all I have. I don't have anything else to say. I'm like, that's all I have to say. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. That's me saying that. I just don't have. I'm tired. I'm tired of you know.
Nestor Shackle Shuffle Walker Shame says at Prominent Woman, the second I see her in the chat, I will put her on Front Street. Who y'all talking about? Um, the Duchess says, so her moderators do all the work and pay her lunch, gas, and bills. Yes, she doesn't even do her own thumbnails. Somebody else does that.
My life being associated with jail and all of that's not my life. You know, it's just not my life. I'm tired. People get tired. I'm tired. Okay. Well, you should tell me that. You don't should come from nobody else. I mean, if we married or you don't want to be married anymore, well, just tell me. Well, I don't need nobody to tell me. You tell me. That's all, and I'm cool with whatever you got to tell me. Well, I'm sure you are, but the point is, I didn't talk to you. I didn't have any money, any more money to put on a phone call. So how could I tell you? How could I tell you that? You can write. And you had. Well, I didn't even know how to do it. I mean, not that I didn't know how to do it. I just didn't feel like it. That's all. I just didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like doing any of it. I was tired. It's like, I'm just too caught up in all of this jail stuff. And it's just not me. And I'm sick of it. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to figure what jail stuff. I mean, what are you talking about? You're not really... The jail stuff, the all of this stuff. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it putting money on books and I don't,
lawyers.
It's like, I understand. I understand. So just tell me what would you like to do. Tell me. Well, I don't know right now. I have no.
Okay. Person that sent me this, I don't. They didn't talk too much about the car. Are they going to talk about it further on?
No, they're not.
Yeah.
This is the ultimatum call. You don't have the right call.
Okay, hold on.
Idea. Don't try to push me into saying anything I don't know. I have no idea. I'm doing the best I can. I have no money. I'm doing the best I can. Okay? Period. I don't know that there's anything you can do about that. Okay, I don't. So tell me what happened. I'm trying to hear that part. Nothing happened.
What happened is you're in jail.
Okay, so nothing happened. I'm just sick of it. I can get sick of it. Nothing happened. It's like this is all on me. I have no money. I've spent all my money on you. Okay, I have no money. Okay, you spent all your money on me. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, that's what she said.
Oh, that's what I said. Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay, so the lawyer. A lawyer and phone calls and the truck and the storage and whatever else, the insurance, all that stuff. It's like that's all my money goes to that. I have no more money.
She said all her money goes to the insurance and the truck. She did say the truck, y'all.
Well, maybe she said that because she recently found out that the truck was in her name. Petty Patty said, chat, please do not mention what other content creators mention on their lives in the chat. It can cause confusion. Thanks. Yeah, that is true. Thank you. This call, she said okay. Wasn't Shirley driving a truck too before they took it? Wasn't she driving a different truck? Well, whether she was or wasn't, if she found out, what you need to play is the call when she found out that this truck wasn't paid for, because that call does exist. She's got these Nesto groupies in her chat feeding her the wrong information to further confuse what's going on with these documents she's reading. Okay, so is a G-Wagon a truck? I don't know trucks. I don't know vehicles like that. A lady says, let your jail hoe take it from here. That's right, Shirley Strawberry. Only Me 23 says exactly. She just found out about the truck. And them folks said she recently found out the truck was not paid for and it was in her name. See, okay, so this fits. This fits with the documentation, and she's done nothing but prove the point that Will Wooten and everybody else is trying to make. Del Sol says Shirley took over the payments when he went to jail. She was not paying the note for the F-350 before he went to jail, even though he wasn't paying it either. Them folks said she had a G-Wagon and he allegedly paid for that using other people's money from Gail's RV that he never delivered and sold out from under her. See, they don't talk about that. They don't talk about that. Okay, so the G-Wagon is like a Jeep. Okay. So I mean, when she said paying for the truck, she could have meant that if they hadn't taken it by then. I can't remember.
Okay, so okay, so let all that shit go. You need to just live until I get out. Fuck all that shit. Okay, that's material stuff. Fuck it, just fuck it all. As long as your health is good and you got peace, that's fine with me.
Star Baby said, do you think the issue is he lied and told her the truck was paid off and she found out it was finance versus a purchase? Well, she was paying for it every month.
No,
They
he
didn't come and repo it.
nobody
And
was
she was
paying
tired
for
of
it.
paying for it every month. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to tell you what's going on. My co-defendant, they let them go. I go to court.
But here's the thing. I know all of you guys keep saying after the fact, after the fact, after the fact. But if she is on the insurance, if she is the purchaser, if she's the main person on the vehicle, the title, I just find it hard to believe she didn't know. That's just me.
Hence the reason it's forgery.
I just find it
Sylvia.
hard for such a big purchase for me not to know. I don't know. Monique, it's just hard for me to believe that a big car like that, and we're on the same
Hey, Shaby, I didn't see you come in.
insurance, and I see my name on that car. I know you guys. I know. She's a celebrity. She don't pay her bills. I know all that. I just find it. I'm just being serious, y'all. I just find it hard for such a big. It's like purchasing a house. It's for such a big purchase like that, and your name is on the insurance. You don't know that this car.
It's called having her name on the insurance, but having the bills and everything else go to another address. Perhaps that house that she didn't know was in her name. I don't understand why she can't put two and two together.
Is somebody bought this car, put it in your name? I don't know, y'all. It's just hard for me to believe that. I don't know. It's just hard for me. She just oblivious, don't know nothing about it. She's not as big as Steve. Everybody that everything's done for her. No, she was doing it herself. She never asked him where he got it when pulled into the driveway. Yeah.
Why would she? He was an allegedly successful businessman.
We'll see. We'll see when court comes next week. We'll see. We'll see what happened. It's just hard for me to believe. It's Kim, I agree with. It's just hard for me to believe.
So, Tex Toy says, so Shirley lied about the car and lied about not knowing he was already married to two wives, mind you. Please, Shirley, reach out to Meg the Stallion's lawyers ASAP. Yes, please do. Extra AF said the Fat Mouse doesn't make the amount of money Shirley Strawberry made. The Fat Mouse probably knows if someone buys a car from the corner store, penny pinch and broke ninny. Oh, and I have another thing. Here you are sitting in the same house with your spouse that you're married to. You have a husband. You have a whole nother man who has to buy you a black dress and some chicken wings to go to an event. You also have to ask your subscribers, because you're a courtroom vlogger, to pay for your gas, to pay for your lunch. And here you have a YouTube channel with one channel has 40 some thousand subscribers. I don't know how many thousands the other has. And you've got all those memberships, but they've got to chip in to buy you lunch and pay for your gas, even buy you, what was that? Was that a little hotspot or some kind of plug or something she needed? These are the things that you ask your people to buy you, but you got a whole husband at home. Okay. I'm just saying. That's all. Hey, let's talk about it all says she doesn't want to believe anything about Nesto and Sonia. Not one thing. Because those are the only friends she has.
It's just hard for me to believe that. And then her credit made it high interest rate. Did you see the interest rate on that vehicle? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's just hard.
This is the same woman who did a whole live saying that Shirley Strawberry can get in trouble because her husband was a bigamist. Same woman.
Hard for me to believe that. And nothing, you don't see nothing. I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that. Why is it hard to believe when you look at the pattern of scam he's involved in? Why question about SS, but the guy behind bars. I am not questioning her being. I am saying me personally, Sylvia. I have an opinion, and my opinion is it's hard for me to not know that my name is on some large purchase like that.
Do you know how many people are scammed a day where their name is on? Do you know the amount of people who go on vacation and come back and find out there's whole cars and everything in there? Do you know how many people go on vacation and there's a whole other family living in their home and they've got to go through court and all kinds of things to get them out? Does she not know that these things transpire in the world today? Good morning, Dougie Dexter. Shirley's divorce finally. Good morning, said Queen of Silverback's brains is on vacation for an extended stay forever. B. Ann said, "Y'all have a good day. I can't listen to her too long. You have a good day too, B. Ann." So this is what she says, and this is what she thinks. Okay. She finds it hard to believe how many I can go on YouTube right now and find all kinds of news stories where people have found their names on things that they have nothing to do with. There are people out now in trouble for PPP loans that they found out were received and applied for by someone else in their name. So please explain to me why she finds this weird that a whole vehicle could be in Shirley's name and her not know about it, when this is done all over the world every day, all day. There are people in India with stuff that belong to you, because there are people in Nigeria with stuff that belong to you, because this is what people who scam do.
I guarantee there's some hey, pretty brown eyes. How are you, honey? It's hard for me to believe that she has no idea. You say you can get insurance online. No, but they have to check your insurance online. They check to see what type of insurance you have, your driving record. The reason why I know that because my daughter works for an insurance company, so I know that for a fact.
I thought she was a professional stylist, but anyway, hey, let's talk about it all says she can too, but she's making excuses. These type of things happen all the time. The only black woman better said, it's hard for me to believe that she has 3 degrees. It's hard for me to believe that she won't straighten out those crooked glasses. It's hard for me to believe that she won't do something to her hair. Okay. My Chai said because she doesn't want to admit to herself that Nesto is a thief. Prominent woman said, Slorilla, you don't understand because you are broke and depends on the side rooster to buy your zoo food. Oh, wow.
Insurance company, you have to get the person's driver's license. You go and do because they ask you for the license. They go and do a driving history of the person, see if they had any accident, if they insurance lap and all that kind of stuff. You have to do all that before they can give you insurance, especially when you're buying a brand new car. So that I know for a fact.
Uh-oh. You know, she knows that for a fact, but has she ever heard of a fake
It's
ID?
like everyone is lying except Nesto. She had
Mm-hmm.
to pay to get the truck out the pond and all of that. Who said everybody's lying except Nesto? I never said that. I never said the man's not lying. Where are you getting that from? I think you're mixing me up with somebody else because I never said the man is lying, not lying. I never said that. Sylvia on a call October 15, 2023. She confronts him about that truck being paid off, no balance owed. Can you email me that call?
What?
Because then I could pull it up. I don't have that call. Discussion on irrelevant question, but not the law and the charges he is facing. Why is it impossible to believe she didn't know the truck was in her name? I'm saying, Lucy, here's what I'm saying. For me, and nobody can change what my thinking pattern is. I, myself, Sylvia, find it very hard to believe such a large purchase, and I have no idea. That means I'm living under the rock. That's me.
That's why it's called
I'm
forgery
entitled to my opinion
and
on it.
theft.
Nothing comes through my house without me knowing what it is. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody open up nothing under my name and me not know it.
Right.
I have alerts and stuff like that comes on my credit report and stuff. I'm just that type of person. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Everybody don't do that.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Let me be entitled to mine. I just find it hard for her to live, be married with this man, the car. I mean, even the conversation that I did hear, they mentioned the car being in her name.
Yeah, and that's when she found out.
It's not a question if she knew. It's a question when she found out. Lord help the slow thinker. Amen. Well, I think you guys going to be very shocked. I'm going to have to, because once the evidence come out, there's got to be paper trail. There's got to be paper trail. And remember.
Yeah, there's got to be a paper trail. Like the exhibit that Will Wooten attached to this supplement. So yes, there is a paper trail. Them folks said, Sylvia, it's just you. You don't have a husband and you don't make any money to where he could go buy expensive stuff all the time. Right. I mean, he couldn't even buy you a black dress. So let's be real. Shelly 928 said insurance has nothing to do with him illegally purchasing the vehicle. She sound clown. Extra AF said it's hard to get anything by her because she ain't got shit. Tex Toy said she's involved in a conspiracy with Nesto and Sonia. She will continue to act like this. Kimmy Who says you have the paper trail. sitting right there in front of her. Hey, let's talk about it all. Said exactly. They presented it. Major's wife said the truck wasn't brand new. It had close to 200,000 miles on it. Did it really? I didn't know that.
Remember, I don't think any car dealership is just going to let the car walk out of there just like that. I don't think so. And then y'all saying the car is paid off, right? Didn't y'all say that? But here's the deal. The unlawful search of the vehicle has nothing to do with whether the car was fraudulently purchased. Because
Yes,
the
it
car was
does.
supposedly, allegedly, fraudulently purchased in 2020. You're in 2025. Why is it being brought now? That
Because because Gilberto Hoover put in a document wanting the first of all, why does he want the things found in the truck suppressed? See, he's not, and this is the funny part. Sean Hoover didn't say he wants the truck suppressed, if I'm not mistaken. He wants the information in the truck suppressed. Why? Why? The whole point of this is the alleged wrongful or illegal search of this truck. They're not questioning. Sean Hoover ain't talking about the truck. He's talking about the stuff in the truck. And Will Wooten is saying, well, hey, they can do whatever they want with the truck because it's in Shirley Strawberry's name. Uh, it was fraudulently purchased with a forged signature in it. So if anybody has a right to say the police could search that car, it's Shirley Strawberry. Why? Because she's a victim. Because this vehicle was purchased without her knowledge. Tell me that part said no. Nesto said the car was paid off. Yes, and then that's when that we heard that call and found out it wasn't. Pen Pal 50 said they weren't married, IS. Good one. Justin's mom said, I woke up to confusion. Poor dummy. Good morning, Justin's mom. Dimples Wimple said a 2017 F350 with 102,000 miles and 28.29% interest rate. No reading, writing, or arithmetic. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame says it's been brought forth now because Nesto and Sonia insisted on bringing it forth. Right. Gilberto wants the stuff in the truck suppressed. You have to ask yourself why he wants that. Why does Gilberto want all the stuff in the truck suppressed? So the issue is not the truck. The issue is the information in the truck. And who has the right to give permission to search the truck? Well, it looks like the ball's in Shirley Strawberry's court. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I don't say people's names with the Cash Apps because, they might not want them said, but thank you so much. I appreciate the Cash App. Thank you. And I will respond to your message. Um, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
that's a question. That's what we need to be focusing on. Exactly. He says, but regardless of how the car was obtained, does it change the illegal search done in 2022? That they
Yes.
gave it back to her. True. There it is right there. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hey, Trevor.
This is the wait a minute. She is so rude. Now we got to sit up while she talked to somebody on the phone. Mm. Boy, when I
Sorry,
tell
guys. That
you.
was Trevor. Um, the indictment is on paper. His scams are laid out. Let's see if it takes a plea deal or he stand 10 toes down on a trial. Okay. She found out after he got locked up when she picked it up for him.
Somebody on this question, and this is one of her mods, said, "But regardless of how the car was obtained, does it change the illegal search done in 2022? They gave it back to her. Yes, they gave it back to her because you know why? It was in her name. And guess what? She didn't know that. So she has standing to say what can and cannot happen to that vehicle. You answered your own question. Shirley's divorce finally says she's so rude, no home training. I am Coco said, who cares? We don't know or give a damn about Trevor. The only black but not bitter says the dealership only cares that you have a valid driver's license. The dealership in question is now out of business and had a Yelp rating of 1.5 out of 5, which is probably why he chose that place, that dealership in the first place. Jackson Tabasco said that's her stepson, Ronald's son. Is it really? Oh, wow. Dion's break said the judge said the evidence in the car could be considered fruit of the poisonous tree. Wooten broke it down. Yeah, the judge did say that, but he didn't give a ruling. He didn't say I'm not going to allow it. He's taking the time out. Meanwhile, before they meet again, then the judge gives his ruling. Will Wooten has written a supplemental.
She found out. I don't understand why you and Sonia are trying to make excuses. I'm not making excuses. I'm just giving you facts.
Yeah, yeah, you're giving us facts presented through the lens of your eyes. Bible Lady said Laura's Auto is a scamming dealership. I believe the salesperson who assisted Nesto with the purchase is a scammer as well, and that is very well possible. Justin's mom said my nephew in Detroit didn't even have a valid driver's license and he walked right out with the car. It's all in who you know if you're trying to do shady stuff.
Giving you another outlook instead of you guys being one sided. I'm just giving you a different outlook of something. I'm not 10-toe down on anything. I'm just giving y'all another outlook. And then something you guys did not see in its specific standard time that was signed in that paperwork. Yeah, so let the case play out and see what happens.
We sure are.
As you guys can see, my thing says my.
I'll be off in a minute. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the super chat. I'll be off in a minute. Said I think Wooten is smart. That will make him plead. That's why Sonia stopped talking to him. I do find it a coincidence that she's not talking to him. Let's talk about it all. Said he lied, yelling he lied. He went through elaborate steps to keep it from Shirley Strawberry, bringing in false information and false people. DMV Scorpio Flam Pie, good morning, says also we have to remember businesses were, oh y'all, the only whip. The only whip is here, y'all. Let's hear what the only whip got to say. What unintelligent thing the only whip has to say. The only whip says, why y'all so ignorant? No, indignant. Excuse me. Why y'all so indignant with all this? Your whole podcast history is 90% Nesto. Not necessarily. Yes, a lot of my stuff is Nesto, but if you put it all together and you do the numbers, no, it's not. I have plenty of stuff that I was doing before I went live, the only whip. And you own a keyboard and compression socks that you need to update and a keyboard that you need to take to the Goodwill. And now what? Why are you here? You know we don't like you over here. There was no need to drop down in this chat to show us how ignorant you are. So you need to go back to the spaceship you got off of, okay? Because you're not welcome here. Now we're not gonna block you. Y'all don't block them. Let him keep on showing his ignorance, and y'all do whatever y'all want, but don't block him. Let him stay here. Yes, Bella, thank you. She says at Whip she can report whatever she wants. Yes. And don't get it twisted with me, because there are content creators. Don't play with me, because there are content creators, and this is their only content. So don't come over here playing with me. You better take your ass back over to Sylvia Street, over there with the fat mouse. You do that shit, but don't come over here with that, with your stupid, unintelligent self. Buy yourself some bedroom slippers. Don't come over here worrying about what my content is about. Get your dreadlocks retwisted. Do that. How about that? Do that in your life. You are too old to be ripping and running around dropping stupid stuff in people's chat. You dumb, illiterate man with your goofy ass. Child, please. You don't want it over here. You don't want it over here. And not with me. Not today. We not doing it. You space alien.
Reaction, meaning Sylvia's reaction to this. Sylvia's reaction. I don't see no case law that will help them to overturn or change the judge's mind. Okay. And the judge definitely is leaning on the defense. It says that. He definitely is leaning.
Says that. It says it where?
I was in court. You guys heard?
She said I was in court. So were we. We weren't physically there, but we were virtually there, thanks to some people on YouTube. So we know what the judge said. You're just too illiterate to figure it out. Here, the only whip is still coming in here, but dropping stupid comments. Man, y'all have fun with them.
Heard it. Can your facts, as you say, were giving us free? I'm not here to free anybody, y'all. I'm just giving you guys. Oh my gosh, what is going on? What is going on with you people? What is going on? This is why I don't cover this case, because y'all act like maniacs coming in here with this same stuff.
Miss HLS, no, the only whip is some bum who thought he was gonna come over here messing with Native and V Lenore and got put in his place, and he ain't like it, so he made a little threatening message, I guess you can call it, to me and V Lenore, but he got clowned about that and took that down. So basically, I said all that to say the only whip ain't nobody but a piece of shit.
Stuff I did not say. I'm just giving y'all a different viewpoint and giving y'all another scenario and giving y'all some things that maybe you guys didn't see or think about. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I ain't say nothing about freeing that man. Y'all just making up stuff. Yeah, the facts was on that paperwork, you saw that it was in Pacific Standard Time. The facts is they did not submit any kind of case law. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. That's all I'm giving you. Facts are that. I'm not neutral. Lord Jesus.
You're not.
Oh. Yes, that's all I'm doing. Giving a scenario. That's it. Jet Black Star. You see why I don't cover it? You see why? Because the crazy people come up in here. Oh, there has been an update since the last court date. Let's play it out.
Good morning, Miss Principal.
We can't defend alleged
Hey, Sonia's boots.
Forged document. There's no hope for Nesto. Chill out. Let her read. Pretty brown eyes. I'm done with the torture. I'm done with these people. You guys have a great day. I just came on to give you guys a little tidbit or something, because I'm not gonna sit here let you guys come and doing this attack stuff.
Why? It's so much fun.
You're not giving me another view. You're attacking me because some of you guys, one person called me a clown, another person I'm not doing this.
Who cares if they're attacking you? Guess what? That's getting you the views. You've been doing YouTube longer than me, and you don't understand how this works. If these people are over there attacking you, that's giving you views. Why do you care? I don't understand. She's got me in confusement.
I'm not, because y'all, something about this case got y'all just like emotionally bound.
Not we
Cause
not going making
I don't
prison visits.
look. This some weird stuff. Dan, I gotta leave because these people getting on my nerve. Because I'm trying to stay in a Christian mindset. I don't want to
Girl.
cuss them out. I want to stay even keel because they getting on my nerve right now. That's
Hey, ATR only echoes. Nose says they said she sound clown, but if she wants to claim being a clown, okay. ATR only echo knows is one of our other people. She's from across the pond over there in the UK, and we appreciate her being here too. Pen Pal 50 said, Legacy Moon, I love your potty mouth. I mean, I be trying not to use bad words because I'm not a bad word user, But just sometimes people and places and things, they just get you. The only black but not bitter says, on her nerve, not nerves. Y'all getting on my nerve. I guess she only has one central line, I guess. Prominent woman said, it's not an attack, it's called challenging you. Justin's mom said, "Go, go comb your hair or shave your head or your beard." Miss Principal said, "Who said Christians couldn't cuss?" Look, there was a whole uh, cussing pastor on YouTube who passed away recently. So Villanor said, Queen Brielle, I covered some of this yesterday on my first live. Um, we're maniacs. Yeah, right. Roll your eyes. Yep. Jet Black Straight said nobody was attacking her, just calling her out on her bullshit.
yeah. Oh, then why you here? Just 5B said you're late. You already see the document. Okay, then why the hell are you here? Why are you here? You seen the document yesterday.
Sapphire Wu said, this is dumb, Sylvia. If you already have established insurance and you buy a new vehicle, you call the insurance company and add the vehicle. She makes no sense. Um, no 54 said, I love to hear legacy. It get me out of my character. H Service says worms only have one nerve. Well, thank you for that education. Now we know worm, a fat mouse and a worm. Miss Unique said, Legacy, not to worry, I got you covered. Yeah, these folks told me that if I ever need to cuss somebody out, they do it for me because they know I don't like to cuss. But sometimes these people they take you there. This is the same woman who got on here yesterday with Sonya talking about let's do a reaction to these documents that neither one of us read. Idiot.
You see the document yesterday. So why the hell are y'all here? Don't come in here. Y'all must like watching it.
No, that's not what that's the sad. Now that's sad. She don't even know. She don't even know. Be that light. Good morning says she currently has 41 likes on her video. She has 40,000 subs. What's really going on? Yes, and that does not count the other channel where I think she has 10. So you have all of these subs and you got 41 likes. Just like, when she played that video the other day, she had 40 people there. 40 people. Come on.
Omar, you tell them. You need to tell your friends that you brought along in here.
Pretty Garden Girl said, she got quiet when I said he was taking a plea deal. She moved quickly past my comments, like why they always love them predators. I don't know. I do not know. Bella says she got 38 mods. Man, Bella, did you miss the live when I played when she snatched everybody's mod stick? They had a whole 3-hour live on that.
let me keep Junebug. Let me keep my 43 10 people. Let me keep my 10 people. Cause Lord have mercy, Jesus. Ooh, it's time to pray. Let's pray, Father God, because you guys are just ooh,
Yeah, y'all.
ooh.
Seven War Tweet told me a long time ago if I ever need to cuss anybody out, just let them know because she was gonna come down here and handle it. But sometimes he's the only whip. I've been waiting for him to come in here anyway. Justin's mom, she got about 356 mods, and it'd be like 3 people in the chat. She sure does.
Hallelujah. Lord have mercy. We need to put some prayer on here because
When prayers go up, indictments come down, Sylvia.
mm, mm, mm. There's a different type of people that comes on for this Nesto case. Why does the
Oh, she not gonna pray on my no. When she starts praying, that's it. I'm looking to see how done she
you
is
said
because
let
this
them rant?
live.
Okay, I'll let
Let me
them
see
rant.
something. What's she talking about? Let me see.
If you can heard the jurors said they were going to find Doug not guilty as well. People, pretty brown eyes.
Yeah, so she's
Question for
done.
you. I'm live and you're on live right now, but
Hi, everybody.
I was told I can't say the word S. I can't say words with S on it. Did you know that?
Are you saying S as in Sam? I don't know what.
No, S is in Williams. You say William, just like Sonia uses K's like nothing, asking, thing.
What are you saying?
S as in Sam. So I guess I can't say because you don't know if it's S or F.
Oh, I didn't. Well, I just couldn't hear you. That's all.
And she like that's the
So did you?
same
Maybe
part.
you can't, Sylvia. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, fat mouse. Your name is Sylvia, but you can't use S's under at the end of names like William. What else? What else do she say? What else? She says other stuff. I just can't think of them anymore because I'm used to putting S's on the end of mine. The only black but not bitter who can't stand that says she spent a bulk of her time calling people to ask if she could pronounce the letter S. It was a comment by work in progress. What she say? Work in prog? Yeah, extra F. She say nerve instead of nerves. It's getting on my nerve. You just said it. Like Sonya. I'm asking. No, knowing.
I don't know. Say my name. Let me see if I hear it again.
Crystal.
Oh, well, I heard. Well, when you do it like that, of course, you exaggerated the S. So
I guess I gotta say Crystal.
Yes, Jet Black Straight. I was going. Thank you, V Lenore. V Lenore said Jet Black Straight. Why she keep calling you Jet Black Star? I was going to ask that too. It's just, I try not to stop too much because, I had that heifer drop me a note on Instagram telling me I give too much commentary and I laugh, because we were cracking up at Sylvia and Dana J. The thing we come to do over here on Friday nights, crack up. So, I try to not read all the comments, but, I thought that that's what, that when I started my channel, I wanted more of a more inclusive chat. And I wanted to, my thing is, you don't know what kind of day people are having or what they're going through in their life or why they even watch YouTube. So I do at least when people come in, like to speak because I just want people to feel included. It's nothing like going to a chat and you're new and nobody, you say hi and don't know it's crickets. So I never wanted that on my channel. So that's why I try to acknowledge everyone. And y'all being here is to me as far as I'm concerned part of it. And sometimes your commentary needs to be heard right along with mine. So yes, I stop and read the comments. And yes, there're going to be people who apparently don't like that, but well, that one person who unsubscribed in who had to announce to me she was unsubscribing because I read comments. and I interrupted the video when I said I wasn't. But had she really been using her comprehension ears and not be on the short bus, not to offend anyone who is, but she would have heard me say that I was reacting to a video that I already played. So that's why you heard me say I wasn't going to interrupt the video, but then proceeded to interrupt the video. That's because I was reacting to my own video, idiot. So anyway, I'm sorry y'all for that commentary, but um I just wanted to say that I do like to include people in the chat because I feel like you have a good point of view too. And there may be someone, and I know how people are when some, especially with this content we do. I know how it is when I see a new name. And thank you, Dr. Charles. Dr. Charles said, I love that about you. Hey, the real VB, Law and Order. She said, I'm a fat mouse, too funny. Native is hilarious. Yeah. There might be people. I know I've been in chats where you go in there and folks don't speak to you. I've been in content creators chats where your comment doesn't get acknowledged unless you're putting a dollar sign on it. I've been there, I've seen it. So, I don't want people to feel that way. And like I said, you never know what people are going through and your hello just might make their day. So that's why I do things the way that I do it. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walker Shame said at V Lenore, the fat mouse never responded to my. Well, you got deleted. You got deleted. Hey, casino lady, good morning. You got deleted. I don't even know why you went over there putting a comment in. The only black but not bitter said, we appreciate how you acknowledge folks when they enter the chat. We appreciate being seen. And I feel bad. That's why I like on Fridays and stuff when the chat is really, really, really high. I do feel bad because I do miss people and I appreciate the mods who are wonderful and they put people's names in. So if I have missed somebody, I'll catch them that way. Yeah, and I saw a comment. Dr. Charles said that that's what we love about you, but that's what I'm about. That's all. Whew. Can't even use my inhaler again. Let's listen to this woman explain to us that she uses S's when we have recordings of her not using S's.
Well, I don't think I've ever had a problem with you saying S, the letter S.
Because I never really recognized I couldn't say it. Maybe, some people on here that they say I can't say it. And now this person having a fit because I'm making calls.
I've never had a problem with it.
This person named Jalen Jones says, oh my gosh, ma'am, how old are you? You don't have to be calling people to validation. For validation.
That wasn't a rude remark. That was her letting her know, hey, you don't have to call people to validate that you use S's, even though the whole internet knows you don't.
Gotta get in the age. What is up with that? It doesn't matter how old we are. That's what we do.
Yeah, like you telling us the reason why your speech isn't all that great because when you came over here, you were 4 years old and you didn't speak English. So you hid in the basement, like a school really allowed that. But you hid in the basement. But now you can't even speak Creole because you played your father's funeral and had to call your cousin to come over there and interpret what was being said because you had no idea. Good morning, Shady.
That's what we do.
You know what? They always be age shaming us,
Right. Don't be doing that. Don't do that.
Nobody said you can't find an S at the end of words because your age. We said you can't find an S at the end of words because you can't find it. It's missing. Tanya B here. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, legacy, I have been places where folks don't say hello and channels where my comments seem bypassed. Thanks for being you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for supporting the platform. The only black but not bitter said Jalen Jones joined us last night with V Lenore and Native. He was having a ball. He found out about V's channel from a comment in Sylvester's chat. See that? Jalen Jones, you need to come over here because we some people, we're gonna give you the real, and we're gonna be nice to people, and that's that. And we're gonna know what we talking about. Now, I'll say in a minute, I don't know what I'm talking about when I say something. But these folks be over there like, so she stays like when she made a big deal out of that date, like, no, Westlake didn't respond. That's not the prosecution's fault. She she sound clown.
Oh. Bella says she's coming to clarify it. She coming to clarify.
Where
She
you
said
online,
she's.
Sylvia?
I'm on.
Uh-oh, Bella. What Bella say? Bella said when there's an S on the end of something, she leaves it off. Y'all did not go over there to play. I tell you.
Both of them. I'm on Infamous and I'm on Infamous Slide Channel. The Infamous Slide Channel.
Oh, okay. What is that connected to? Look,
YouTube.
I haven't been
On
your
YouTube.
live in
On
forever.
YouTube.
I can't even remember. I'm
YouTube.
not doing it.
Who is
YouTube.
this?
YouTube.
Oh,
You you mean to tell me we called somebody to validate ourselves and she don't even watch us? Okay. Reef and Muff's mom, thank you so much for the member milestone. She has given us her 3-month member milestone, and she says, "Keep being you, legacy." Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I really do. And thank you for supporting the platform. The real VB says, "I've been watching YouTube for years. Just started paying attention to the chat until this didn't start paying attention to the chat until this Nesto mess. I like when you guys acknowledge. I don't like when content creators respond to comments but don't read it or show it." Right. That's what I'm saying. I just did not want I wanted to be a different content creator. And if I'm not somebody's cup of tea, I understand it. That's fine. But you don't have to write me a 3-paragraph note letting me know that and why, when apparently you wasn't paying attention to what was really going on in the video and what was really being said. Big dummy. Justin's mom says Jalen is new to this, and he was amazed at Sylvia's channel was so bad, and we had so much fun. What was he amazed that she has over 40,000 followers and can't get any more than than 40 people to watch a stream?
I don't go on YouTube.
Well,
I saw you on there.
well, I just want to
I
know.
think it was
You
it
know
yesterday?
me over 10 years, so I just made trying to see if you ever had a problem with me saying that word S. But somebody just clarified. Bella said, this is what Bella said. She says, when there is a S on the end of some things, she leaves it off. She's saying I leave it off. Okay.
You do.
No. I don't know. I've never had that issue, or maybe I've never noticed if you did.
Because you
But
probably don't pay
they
attention
dissect
to her.
everything I say, so
Right.
I'm the it
Well, you're in
factor.
the public eye, ma'am, so they're gonna look at you differently.
You're the it factor. You are a courtroom vlogger in the courtroom all the time. And the folks in the court didn't even warn you, "Hey, Sylvia, you got to warn." You're in the courtroom all the time because why? You're a courtroom vlogger with the it factor, and you think they use cadaver dogs to search people's cars.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, I just want to see.
Focus, enunciate your words properly, Sylvia.
You know what? I'm a little
Give the
bit.
people what they want.
I can't give them what they want. I can only be me. And if I cut the S off, that's so be. They figure it out.
It is what it is.
Girl, bye. We got to figure out half of what you say. So I'm assuming this is the end of the reading of the documents. So we this is it right here. This is it. And plus, Legacy Moon's asthma is acting up. The pollen rate must be high. That and the fact that I didn't take my other medicine. But, that'll happen. Oh, my. Where is my thing at? I had it up here, and then I went moving it. Where is it? Do I see it? Here it is. Add me up here. All right. And shrink me down. Shrink me down to this. If Native saw me doing this, he'd have a fit. Uh-oh, I lost me. No, cancel that. Do that. and do that. Okay. And move me there. All right. Dimples Wimples. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the super chat. Dimples Wimples says, "Thank you, Legacy, for your commentary. I have met some amazing women, and Nestos, this was built off of yo back. Nooka. Yes, Nesto, we have built a whole sector off of you. And guess what? We rather enjoy ourselves over here talking about you and the words that you and your friend can't pronounce, your Bible friend. Extra AF said, "My God, baby's asthma is tripping too. Take care, Legacy." I think the pollen rate must be high, and there's a big where I do my lives. There's a big patio window, and plus, I didn't take my other two inhalers I'm supposed to take. So I'm sure that's contributing to it. I didn't feel like it. I hate those things, but I guess I will go back and take them because I am struggling right now. But anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We are getting out of here. I am done. I can't breathe. So I'm going to do a few more things and I'm going to take me a little nap and get back up. I will be back at 10 o'clock. Where is V? Is V around? V, if you're here, pop up because we want to know what you got going today. Did I say thank you for supporting the platform? Thank you so much, Dimples Wimples. Reef and Muff's mom said, "We love your channel." Gluck, gluck, gluck. I got a tumor. I really wish them folks would have them seizures right, man. That's all I wish for. Have a good seizure so we know. You have a great day too, the woman he chose. Shirley's divorce finally said, yes, he did. And my good sisters, and I think, thank you, Nasty, for our community. Yes, we do. We do. Well, I don't see V. She must have popped out. So I don't know. I know she was supposed to do some Jerron Hurt. So she might do that today. But I will be back tonight, y'all. And I will probably cover that Drake call. I haven't heard it yet, but I really want to hear it. So that's what I will probably do tonight. Shay just slipped that one in on us. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I will be on at 10 o'clock. And, maybe if V doesn't come on, maybe I'll come on at 9. But, other than that, 10 o'clock. And I hope to see y'all there. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy your hump day. I guess we don't have a food for Wednesday. We got Taco Tuesday and stuff. Throwback Thursday. What do we say for Wednesdays? Other than hump day. We got to come up with something for Wednesday. So anyway, let me get out of here before I pass out. When I start breathing like that, black but not bitter, she gets worried. So I gotta go out here and take where's my closing music? Do I see it? Oh, okay. So I found my music, right? So I'm not gonna have to go and sing Miss HLS. Hey, Black Swan said Wind Down Wednesday. Yes, the woman he chose said Wing Out Wednesday. Yeah, we gotta find us a catchy Wednesday where wing out. Maybe I should get some wingdings for dinner. Okay, so let me play my leaving music. Y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all on the next one.
Yeah.